Hi, today we are going to explain the cultural dimension of Japan based on Hofstede and Trompenaar's cultural dimensions, and this is our themes. Let's enjoy it.
How is the power distance in Japan? First of all, what is the power distance index? It is a measurement of the acceptance of a hierarchy of power and wealth by the individuals who make up the general population of a nation, culture, or business. Based on the Hofstede Center 2020 data, Japan got the score of 54 on the power distance index, which is a borderline compared to other Asian countries such as China. Japanese certainly have hierarchy, however, it is not as strong. Important to note that Japanese are born with an ideology that everybody is born equal. An individual is a creator of its own successful future if he or she works hard enough.
Individualism vs collectivism. This dimension measures the extent of interdependence a society maintains among its members. Compared to China or South Korea, Japan has a high individualism dimension score of 46. Even though overall harmony and a shame of losing face in front of others are characteristic of a collectivistic society, Japanese do not have, for example, extended family system. Masculinity vs femininity. A high score in masculinity will indicate that culture is driven by competition and success. A feminine culture will care about quality of life and see it as a main achievement. Japan is amongst the most masculine culture in the world with score of 95. Interestingly though, being not very collectivistic one cannot see competitive behavior. Yet Japanese are very competitive when it comes to the competition between teams. Moreover, workaholism and long working hours is another dominant feature among Japanese, and as a result, it is very hard for a woman to be successful in work life.
Uncertainty avoidance measures how societies perceive the fact that the future cannot be known. It refers to a country or culture's level of tolerance or comfort for ambiguity, uncertainty, and unstructured situations. With a score of 92, Japan is the most uncertainty avoiding country in the world, compared to South Korea with a score of 85. This fact is explained by the continuous natural disasters happening in Japan. Almost every ritual or event is planned in detail and prescribed. In business, Japanese executives will not take a decision without detailed directions in case of risk. Therefore, it is hard to realize changes in Japan.
With score 88, Japan is one of the most long-term oriented cultures. It is not wrong to call Japanese fatalist. In business, Japanese invest heavily in research and development and aim to provide good quality and establish long-term commitments rather than achieve high profits.
Indulgence versus restraint. In this concept, the society is divided into two groups. Then the first one is indulgence, stands for a society that allows relatively free gratification of basic and natural human drives related to enjoying life and having fun. And the second one is restraint, stands for a society that suppresses gratification of needs and controls it by means of so strict social norms. Well, Japan can be categorized as a restrained society country with a low score of 42, yet the highest in comparison with China and South Korea. It is characterized by the pessimism and cynicism that they have. Japanese also have little leisure time and act according to social norms, which restrain them, and see indulging as something wrong.
The universal versus the particular. Japan is a country with an upper middle degree of universalism in comparison to other East Asian countries as China or South Korea, which are particularized cultures. Cultures based on universalism try to treat all cases the same, even if they involve friends or loved ones. The focus is more on the rules than the relationship. Individualism versus communitarianism. Japan is a communitarianism culture. Culture based on communitarianism believe your quality of life is better when we help each other. Thus, these cultures organize themselves around groups. There is a strong sense of loyalty within the groups, As a result of this group tendency, decision making is slower as everyone gives input. Job turnover will be lower due to high group loyalty. This group gets rewarded for high performance, not the individual.
Neutral versus emotional. Within a neutral culture, people inhibit or do not show their emotion. Japan are high in neutral culture. People in these countries try not to show their feelings. They act stoically and maintain their composure.
Specific versus diffuse. Japan is a diffuse culture because people see an overlap between their work and personal life. They believe that good relationships are vital to meeting business objectives and that their relationship with others will be the same, whether they are at work or meeting socially. People spend time outside work hours with colleagues and clients. Achievement versus ascription. Japan is ascription culture. In an ascription culture, you are given status based on who you are. This could be because of your social status, your education, or your age. You earn respect in these cultures because of your commitment to the organization, not your abilities. A decision will only be challenged by someone with higher authority.
Japan is synchronous time culture. In a synchronous time culture, people see the past, present, and future as interwoven. Because of this, people do several things at once as time is interchangeable. This results in plans and deadlines being flexible. It also explains why punctuality is less important.
Japan is external direction culture. People believe that nature or their environment controls them. They must work with their environment to achieve goals. At work or in relationships, they focus their actions on others and they avoid conflict where possible. People often need reassurance that they are doing a good job.
So, that's all our presentation for today. See you in the next video. Thank you.